and let the one who has no sword sell his cloak and buy one.
Alright guys, today I'm going to go over how to polish your feed ramp. A couple things with polishing before we get into it. It's going to kind of be like a review as well of a couple products I've got here. But polishing the feed ramp, we don't want to change this angle. Alright, so basically, and we don't want to change anything about this. We just want to polish it. We want to smooth it out. So this is an actual grinding wheel basically. This is not what we want. Alright, so this is a no-no. Anything that has any kind of abrasive to it, we don't want that. So if you've got your Dremel, you know, I've got the Dremel with the flex shaft and all that. This has been a really good Dremel. It's the Dremel 3000 right there. This has been a really good one. It's got the little hanging thing there, and I've got one of those little stands that you can hang it on. So if you're looking for a good Dremel, I actually suggest this one. I've had this for a minute now, and it's worked really well. But this is a no-no, so get rid of this. Alright, so one of the first things I'm going to go over is the polishing buffing wheel, however you say that name, Upinar, something like that. I'm pretty sure the X is probably silent, but whatever. I got this all Amazon. I will put the link below. We're going to open it. This is just buffing wheels. Alright, it comes in a nice plastic case. That is nice. So I'm going to open this up, and it's got your little attachments here. And that's what I was hoping to see. I was hoping one. Alright, we're going to try to, there we go. It's just like a little cloth wheel. That's all it is. It's really soft. That's what we want to use as far as the polishing part. And when we get down in here, we're basically going to hit this, and we're just going to go right along with it. I'm going to polish it up into there, and then I'm going to polish it down in here. There's no reason to polish the sides. You can if you want to. In fact, you could polish this whole thing, especially with this kit, with the big ones. You could polish all of that out as long as you have the right rouges. Or buffing compounds, or whatever you call them. In the metalworking industry, we called them rouge. For whatever reason, that's what they were, or what they are. But in the jewelry industry, I think they call them rouges as well. But we're just going to take it, and we're just going to go along with it. I'm going to go something like that. I don't want to change this angle, so we're going to use our polishing compounds. Now, the polishing compounds, we're going to go over those as well. See if we can see this. This is your numbers. It says red rouge compounds, which is, that's, you know, the standard is rouge. Puri, something, I don't know. Make fun of how I pronounced it, that's fine. Alright, so we've got all kind of colors in here. I'm not going to use all these colors, I know. We're going to pull them out. We're going to look at the instructions. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use the black and green, and maybe either the red or brown, depending on how they have it set up. You're not going to use all of this. They've got in here the metal polishing guide. It tells you what type of tips and all that to use with it. But what I'm looking over is to see, over here I got steel and iron. This is steel. I'm going to look to see what I'm going to use. And black is going to be your rough, so I'm going to start with black. And then I'm going to go to green, and then I'll just go on over to red. So black's the rougher. Green is the initial buff, and then red is the final buff. Before we get started, it's just a hard block basically. Alright, so we've got our black. Go ahead and get our green out. And the other stuff is meant for different materials, like you've got like your jewelry, your brasses, stuff like that. So it would be softer compound for like your silver and gold. You would use brown, blue, and red, stuff like that. So we won't need all that, but if you get any of this stuff, we're going to check it out, see how it works. I've used quite a few different rouges over the years, and in all honesty, they've all been about the same. They probably all honestly come from the same factory. going to set these in order, so I'm going to go black, green, and then the red. And from what I remember, red has always been the finer polishing. I'm not sure what grit this would equal to, several thousand grit I'm sure, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, so we're going to attach this in my Dremel. Take my little pair of pliers. And you don't want to snug down so much that you're cracking this part. Just nice and snug and you're good. Alright, I'm going to set all this to the side. Hey, we want to take a second just to let you know that we offer concealed weapons classes in South Carolina. We are in Anderson, South Carolina. So if you're local to us, check us out at defensetraining.org. We also offer other training as well. You can check that out again, defensetraining.org. Also, we make holsters. We have custom holsters that we make, so you can go check those holsters out. They are ambidextrous and both inside and outside the waistband holsters. They are made of Kydex. They have a lifetime guarantee and a 60-day money-back guarantee. So check those out at defensetraining.org/holsters. All right, back to the video. All right, now get our black here. I'm going to cut this off. I didn't go wide open, but I am pretty fast. All right, see how it's getting on the wheel? You see how it's, I don't know how good you can see it, but it's getting black. There it goes. That's basically what you want to do. Typically I would have this in a vise, but I'm trying to get it here. You can already see it's making a huge difference as far as the polishing. It is already better than what it was. And you're basically just going up and down with it. Alright, we'll cut it off. Alright, now basically just take my finger and I'm going to wipe it. Alright, if you could tell, that's already better. Alright, already. So I'm going to go a little bit more on it. Again, I'm not quite wide open. Up in there just a little bit. In all honesty, that's probably good with that one. Alright, and I'm going to wipe it off again. You can just take you a rag or something and wipe it down in there. And then after this is done, I suggest cleaning down in there as well. Just take your brush and clean it like you would normally. And I'm going to tell you now that even with the black is the rough cut. Even with that black, that is a lot better. A lot better. Alright, so now I'm going to get another one. I'm going to get clean ones. That way you use black always with black, and then you can use green always with green, and then you'll use red always with red. So now I'm going to go to my next one, get it in there enough to seat, tighten it down, snug. Now I'm going to go to green, set it on not quite all the way. Gonna get it to where it's just changing colors basically. this one is definitely finer. And again, this is the same thing you would do if you wanted to polish your whole barrel or your slide, the external part of your barrel. I wouldn't touch the internal part of the barrel, but like a slide, you could do it as well. You wouldn't use this same wheel. You'd use bigger ones than you would on a big buff cloth wheel. But you could technically do your whole, anything metal. A lot of the internal parts you could do as well. And I'm just getting it to basically where I'm just hitting the ramp. I'm hitting the sides a little bit, but I don't care about the sides. What I do care about is the just that ramp part right there. You see how polished that looks good, and you can feel the difference. So I'm pretty much done with this one. It doesn't take long. At all. Now I'm going to hit it with the final puff, which is going to be the red. I'm just going to get it on there. One thing I didn't mention, you can go back further basically to what you're going to use on your buffing wheel. Like this one, I may not have went far enough back. You can tell it's a little green, but that's what you want, because this part turned black, but this is a green rouge. So I want to use this with green all the time. It's kind of like if you do any like sanding with aluminum, you always want to use your aluminum sanding pads or whatever with the aluminum only, because if you cross-contaminate, if you use steel sanding your pads on steel and then go back to the aluminum, the little particles in the aluminum can rust. So we want to always use the same wheel for the same kind of stuff. So this would always be used for steel or stainless steel, and then this is stainless, so I would use it for stainless only, and then I would want to use green for green always, black for black, red for red, and all that good stuff. Alright, so the last one. Doing is I'm trying to polish down that way, and then like I'm polishing in. You see how that's mirror coming out? I don't know if y'all can see it, but it is mirrored. Try to get you a good picture on this here in a second, because this doesn't take 5-10 minutes once you get everything set up. Now we're gonna hopefully wipe all this dirt off, and you're gonna want to clean it. Oh yeah. I'm gonna see how mirror that is now. Alright, so this is a mirrored finish. I can see it a lot better, I think, than on camera. Here, let's see. Maybe I put it against. Yeah. It's hard to pick up with my hands and everything in it, so I'm not able to do. Here, do it this way. really hard to tell, but that is a mirrored finish right there. And that's all there's to it, guys. For those of you, this is the Taurus G3. If you're having the Taurus G3 feeding problems, and you've checked your magazines and that didn't work, you can polish the round. That's all there is to it. You do need your Dremel. You don't need the flex shaft. You can just have a standard Dremel head, so it would be, you know, here. But it's a lot easier with the flex shaft and the Dremel 3000. I like that one, and you can buy it at 70-80 bucks. This stuff, I can't remember. I will put the links in the description. It was not much though, 20 or 30 bucks for all of this. Black first, green second, red third. Won't even need the rest of them, but it was cheap enough. You might as well just buy the whole kit. And then these little pad buffing wheels, they were not much, 20 bucks or less. I will put a link down in the description as well, and they seem to work really well. So that'll be there, and you can get that as well if you want to polish your round. If you have the painted or the coated round, it will be the same thing. You will just use your black a little bit longer until you get that coating off there, because this is the rough, and it's not rough at all. So it will just take that coating off there, and then you will go to the green, then you will go to the red, and it will come out, and you can tell the smoothness difference of this. It is night and day. And you will be able to each process. The first initial is smoother, the second one is smoother, and the third one is like glass. So that's what you want right there. Alright guys, this is Spencer with Defense Training. Stay safe, stay armed. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video below. Thanks.